Okay, so I had a quick minute and I wanted to record real quick because there was some stuff I wanted to talk about. So today we're going to go to do the float down the river. But last night we went to the comedy show and I got birthday passes because every year at this comedy club here, they give you free tickets for your birthday. And so I was in town and I was like, and it's my birthday month. So I got my free tickets. They kept sending me emails. And so while I was here, so I was like, oh my gosh, I swear, I'm going to try and do this, but this cat just, the cat taunts the dogs. And so anyways, we went to the comedy show and we went out and did a whole evening, and there was definitely, comments like, oh my God, the food's so different. Oh my gosh, this place is so different. Oh, the vibes here, and so it definitely, to me, I see it all just, falling apart. Everything that you thought was, or where you were comfortable, all these things, it's all going different. It's falling apart. And the tickets that were this weekend was a guy named Chris Porter, and I didn't know who he was. I mean, I may have seen him on something, not, I don't know. I don't know what his whole deal is. But anyways, those were the tickets. So those were the ones that we were going to see. We were going to see the Late Show. Usually I'm in bed by the Late Show starts. So anyways, we went, and we waited through the line, and it wasn't even full. And so we were right up at the very front, and I could see really good in the light part where there was 3 different comedians, and we scored because all 3 of them were really good. And we were just cracking up. Oh my God, my face hurt. My whole thing was just covered with, I was crying, crying, and it was just pouring out. My whole face was wet, and it hurt. Oh, it was really fun. It's like, it's always nice when you get to really laugh hard. It's like a nice release to energy. And so, anyways, while I was sitting there, it was kind of tripping me out because like they had light around them, but I could see another light around them. And every time they would talk, I could see energy. I could see the energy around the people. And so it was tripping me out. I was like, okay, is this my imagination? Is maybe he's spitting and I'm seeing spit go or something? Like, this is weird. And, but then it was the next one, and then it was the next one. And then I couldn't look out and see it was so dark in the crowd. And then I had the heckler, of course, right next door to us. She was right at the table. It was so irritating. It's like, chick, shut up. Nobody gives a fuck about what you think. We're trying to hear him. And then she's got to make commentary through the whole motherfucking thing. She finally, I guess, security, but it was at the end, and she was like right in my ear. And the first, when she started in, thinking like, you're having a conversation with the guy or something, he's working, shut up. And and her boyfriend, and they're talking full, like, there's no whisper. Like, they're so drunk, I guess they don't even know that they are a full tone or something. And I think that the boyfriend's going to tell her, shh, we got to talk quiet. And no, he just starts enjoying the conversation with her. It's like, what with these people? And as it's a late night show, because at the early one, people aren't that drunk. Well, there's always a heckler. I mean, always a heckler. But anyways, there's this person, the security came and finally told her, but it was at the end. I didn't even realize. I didn't even know until we got in the car when we were all talking about, man, that lady. And then somebody said, yeah, security came over and told her she needed to be quiet or she'd leave. I was like, oh my gosh, she was just really annoying. And even when she got up and she walked past me, just her whole persona was just annoying. I'm just like, no judgment, but you're annoying. But anyways, I said the aura thing was tripping me out, and I was like, fuck, I can see auras now. I'm having so many things that are changing. I'm not fucking kidding you. Like, in this, if you're on the spiritual journey, which I can't imagine you listen to a goddamn thing I say if you're not. So I'm always talking to you guys like, that you, I also talk to people who I think struggle and try and give them some clarity. But the ones who are listening to me, I'm trying to, it's like hold the light as I'm walking the path. And, everybody's at their own point in the path. We're not all on the same thing, and we're not all on the same path. But there is a common destination, and everybody's got to find their own way to get there. So I can share my way because I think it helps people to, it's so fucking crazy just how our minds just constantly expand. Like the dog water dish in there. Stella is quite the, she's got the jowls. So when she drinks, there's always water spilling. And so there always has to be a towel down by the water. Everybody else's dogs have this little, like, Stella's doing like, and so there's always water on the floor. So there's always got to be a towel. And so this one towel was all dirty, and they were gone. And there was a stack of towels on top of the microwave. And I took one and I put it on the floor. And then it's just funny because I'm always having talking in my head. Like I'm always in that mind state that other people think is a weird, scary place to be. But that's where I've always lived. And so I'm just always talking to them and stuff. And so there could be something that was like yesterday, and it's like the time is not the same. The thing, it's the lesson. It's the thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it is. But so then she picked up the one towel and put down a different one. And I was thinking, oh, that was probably a rag towel or whatever. And I had taken a dish towel out of the drawer, off the thing. And so then this morning, it just all of a sudden, I'd already thought it, but it was like thinking it and processing it and stuff is just different. And so all of a sudden, it just like, it hits you different, where it's like, yeah, like I have towels in my drawer that I don't want to have put on the floor. And then I have my rag towels that I go get for things on the floor. But it's just funny, like how we all, I don't know, to me, it's just an ever-expanding process of looking and opening my eyes and expanding my universe, expanding my perception, expanding how I see things. And for me, my guidance is always leaning into, like a lot of people think like you have to have vindication, you got to do this, you got to do that. And to me, I just see a natural order in the universe, and I'm a part of that. Like there's certain things that people haven't learned or remembered that I just know. Shh, stop, you guys. There's a bunch of animals in here because they have 4 dogs. And Stella's, there's 4 dogs and 2 cats, and they're trying to sleep still, so. But, of course, I'm always up. Hey, Enzo, stop it. No. They get rowdy and they want, because they're all puppies. So, they're all young. Stop. Enzo. Enzo's the biggest one. He's like he looks like a wolf. But he's part German Shepherd, part Husky. But he's super skinny, so he looks just like a wolf. He's got super long legs and stuff. But he's wild. Don't, Enzo. Like right now, he's got this one by the throat. This littler one. They get into these fights, they'll play fights, but then they get serious about it. I don't know what to. Because not my dogs, they don't listen to me. Hey, stop it. Oh my God. I don't know if you can hear me over this, but I'll just keep going until they scream at each other. My Lord, it looks vicious. So, I was noticing the aura thing, and I was thinking, okay, so it is like expanding, like everything that I keep having, these weird things, like it really is like these bubbles of energy, of vibration. Like you walk through someone's door, it's like, stop, oh my God. And Stella with her loud bark, of course. Oh, it drives everybody crazy. But everybody, like you walk into the portal through the door into someone else's reality, and it is its own separate vibration. It's its own separate, everything is portals. That's what people don't understand, but it's like you got to keep expanding how you look at things from the 3D and see there's so many things in between, because the spiritual, the observation, the energy, like there's all these ways, because everything is all things. It's not just like this is just like people, flesh and blood people here being alive so that they can die and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's so much more than that. And so, that's very minimalistic thinking. It's very limited and, I don't know, it's like childlike or something. But when you start looking at it from all different things, then it doesn't have the same impact on you. And so to me, when I see how things are going on and moving, I just look at them differently. When I hear other people talking about them, I just, and I was like hearing people talk about climate change and the earth's out to get you and stuff. No, the earth is trying to harmonize with you. The earth is trying to speak up. So you, like an abused person, is trying to speak up. It's not trying to get rid of you. It's trying to get rid of the energy that doesn't want to be in harmony with it. We're moving into a time of harmony. And so this is where people have to get in touch with their nature side, their natural side, to find where they harmonize. And if they can't, if they're too artificial and they are just stuck in that matrix of identity, then that is their opportunity. It's their opportunity to continue their studies or their opportunity to advance into another level. Like the whole thing is definitely a soul advancement, an ascension, a leveling up. You guys, come on. Stop. Oh my God, I swear to God. They can be just laying there completely still, nobody making a peep. Or you think everybody's asleep, and then all of a sudden it's like utter chaos. And of course, isn't that so strange though? As soon as I start, like, that's what I'm saying. These energies around interfere, like they can, it is the same. Stop, Lily. Knock it off. No. It's the same as, the whispering in our ears. It happens to them. Oh my God, now it's got Stella. And Stella, this Enzo is as tall as Stella. So she's eye level. If she's not eye level. Stop. He jumped on her back. And I think it hurts her. Lay down. Stop. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'll try and fucking record and it turns into utter chaos. My Jesus Christ. Anyways, this is so distracting. Fuck. They're all giving me such anxiety. And that too. Yeah, that energy in your bubble, like that energy can all affects it. It affects your vibration of your environment, your space. And so, anyways, it's all things to be aware of, because you really do set up your own space and stuff. These are being a combination of spaces. This is two colliding and having to merge and connect in a physical arena. So, Jesus Christ. And of course, Stella comes sits right on top of my thing. So now she's very dramatic. Enzo, will you stop? Oh my Jesus. So he just doesn't stop. Just goes from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And then, so anyways, I'm so lost on what I was talking about. The fucking auras. So when I started being able to see that, like, I know there's something with the healing. Like, there's some kind of thing. Like I said, when I put my hands over it, and I keep trying to think, what was I envisioning? Like, I didn't know it was changing it while I was doing this. because it was completely like the log hit into it, and it just looked like the exact same thing as my other one, only it was a little bit smaller. So the second one was like about this, and it went across the leg bone like an angle like that. The other one was down by my foot, and it was more like this, and it went down my ankle from that bone at the top of your ankle down, and twisted towards the other bone. So it was pretty long, and both of them were super deep. It's like when it opens up and you can see all the layers of flesh. That's like 7 layers. When it goes through the layers and it splits into the underneath part where you just see blackness, that is when they always do stitches. So I know when they do stitches, like if you just go in and it's a superficial cut, they're not going to do stitches or whatever. So I saw it open up the whole thing, and I didn't know how far it was going to keep opening, because how it opens, it just is like, oh, it looks so gross. And I have not had a bunch of deep cuts like that on my own self. I've seen them on other people, but when you do them, how it opens up. Ugh. So but then I was like, there's no fucking... Lily, will you guys stop it? Lily, knock it off. There's just over at the gate barking at those people's door, my daughter's door. So, this energy is so disruptive. I think dogs are easy to disrupt. And I think the animals... That's why, they've got 150 whales beaching themselves and dying, or whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, so go back to the horrors again. Because the healing thing I started seeing, but I'm very much in the mindset of letting go of flesh and blood. Like, I very much see us as holograms, as, way different than, flesh and blood. And, oh my fucking God. This is absolute insanity. If I could pause it, I would. But it doesn't have that on this. This is mental. Okay. This is pointless to just keep going. It's just so chaotic. And you watch, as soon as I were to stop, they will all go lay down. It was so crazy. Even when I got out my thing and I was setting it up, they're all watching. Like, it's so interesting. And Stella's just laying there, like, she looks over and she's like, oh, and just lays down. And then they all finally lay down. And then I don't even know what the hell. Was it something I said? Was it what I'm talking about? Lily, stop. Oh, my God. So, something with the disconnecting your mind from that. Lily, stop it. That flesh and blood concept. And trying to disconnect your mind from that, because that is a trap. That limits you. It is a total limitation. When I got that vision, like when I say like about a vision and stuff, it's way more expansive than just... Like, I'm telling you, you get way more when you start really fine-tuning the movie screen that's inside, not the one outside. And the two merge. I'm telling you, it's so trippy. My mom was even talking about what's happening with her eyes and how she can be driving and everything looks perfectly fine and something will suddenly pop in. And it's really so trippy. It's like, because the other thing's there, but are the other things there? I don't know. There's a lot of questions to be answered, I think, with our sight, our insight, our foresight, our vision, and what we're here to see and experience, and switching from the outer eyes to the inner eyes and going inward to understand. So when you get into that, understanding that you're not flesh and blood, then you have so much more control. But this one visual thing where I've seen it a whole bunch of times. The same thing as that roadkill that all of a sudden stands up at this, like a superhero movie or something, where the guy gets in a car crash and his face is mangled. He stands up, it's got to be dramatic or something. And then all of his face just goes... and goes right back. We can do that. And I think we're going to start seeing it happen. I think we're going to probably see it happen accidentally. There'll be word of it. And that could no way. But it'll be more and more and more, just like everything. if for people to, if it keeps going slow like this, like, you know, it keeps playing out really slow. Lily, will you stop? Gosh, she's like a 15-year-old dachshund mix. She's very determined about what she wants. She wants in there to get to my daughter. Because she, you know, I can do that. So, anyways, so she, the disconnecting your mind control of the limitations is like an anchor to your consciousness, to anchor yourself into flesh and blood, the heavy matter, the mattering. Oh my God, when you just, some of the things, the words and how they go together and how it just like will expand more and more of like, oh my gosh. And some of the words, it's just like, it doesn't even make sense, but the thing goes together more and more and more and more. And so it's like you understand things more and more. The more you question, the more you try and understand, the more there is to understand. And so the letting go, Lily, you better stop it. Letting go of that kind of anchor of this flesh and blood, and you know how it matters too much, and how you have to fear death and all this stuff, man. But when you can do that, then you can obviously, you know, you're like a superhero. You can do all sorts of things. And seeing that Mitch McConnell thing, like people have it so slowed down, all sorts of stuff. People, you know, obsessing about it right now. And there's so many things, you know, that could be shown, because there's that needle prick is a big one that they use to take people out. Like they can walk past you in the grocery store and, you know, just, oh, could you hand me that? And it just barely touch you. And the prick is so crazy too, because the tribes and stuff like that had certain flowers or whatever. You could do that and put on your dart, you know. It was like that. Like, I don't want to say some of them because I've heard them, and I don't want to pass on those kinds of things. But, you know, there's a lot of ones that, you know, that you can do that with. And so, you know, the scientists, that's what they spend time doing, trying to figure out how to kill us quicker and slower and longer and all of it. So they were, but oh, Jesus fucking Christ. The flesh and blood thing, letting go of it and start seeing the energy. Oh yeah, okay, so that they can kill us that quick, but to see how they can shut a vessel down. The vessel it's a vessel. It's seriously like you're birthed into it's an avatar, and you're birthed into, you're the power operator of it. But it's just like being on a screen in a game or something. And so you're a created avatar to have the experience, but you're not the avatar. You are a separate being. You're the battery pack. You know, you're the light inside of it that hopefully shines through. But a lot of people's light is very dim because they don't know they have it in there. And so seeing, you know, and I've talked about this before, about how your energy goes out past the vessel, but the eyes are picked up to put the matter together to create the image. So it's like part of our fine tuning to be in here. Like the same thing as like how our body is wired into it to have feelings and that stuff, so we can connect with that part of ourselves. So the light is the light being, like we are light eternal beings, and so we are the light inside. And so it's like I'm starting to be able to see the vessel less and the light more, or something. Like the more I disconnect from the concept of flesh and blood and go into the holographic avatar. Oh my God, this is so chaotic. Okay, well, I've talked about, they're always after your consciousness. See this? Stop. haunting. Oh, God damn it. I swear to God. This is the dark energy. Oh, my God. What's he going to do? Just jump right down on Stella? Like, you're not paying enough attention to me because Stella, you're about to witness hell on earth. This is hellacious. I think his name is like Henry or something like that. It's not Henry. It's Horace. But no, it's something like that. But slinking around. There's two of them. One of them I won't do it. This one is though. You guys, stop. Oh my God. This is why I just get up with my dogs. This is what they do. I can't sleep through it. And then just Stella being awake. She's just like, come on, let's get up. It's time to get up. The day has begun. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna just be stopping because until I stop, they're not gonna stop. This is like the energy that is pulling in or something. But anyways, the more you can disconnect, the more you can like see this energy thing. And, oh my God. Okay, I will try and talk to you later. Sorry about all the chaos. Hopefully you got some out of it besides anxiety. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.